January 27th in the 3 o'clock hour, listening to the Fed Chairman Powell's conference after watching a webinar on public benefit corporations with a GuruFocus.com video on deck, managing some orders and being shot recurrently, including in the head and the hand and so forth, sitting at a desk at a residence near Boston, Massachusetts, being shot with directed energy weapons. Everyone involved in shooting me should be legally hunted, legally prosecuted, and thereby legally executed. Any director of an agency who withholds any information from me related to this or any other target of individual torture activity or any agency complicity in domestic terrorism. Ditto. A little after 4 p.m. 4:02. Wednesday, January 27th, 2021, sitting at a desk in a residence near Boston, Massachusetts, was just shot in the knee with directed energy weapons after being shot through the day, including in the head, chest, hand, etc. Any purpose behind it? I don't care. Anything that the NSA wants to communicate through felonious assault? I don't care. The communication is this. Everyone responsible for it is subject to the death penalty as a single conspiracy against constitutional rights that's resulted in targeted individuals' deaths and is thereby punishable with death. You cease and desist or face prosecution for the death penalty every damn moment. Any director who endeavors to conceal any information of any domestic terrorism event, including every targeted individual torture operation, should be prosecuted as a domestic terrorist or contemporary ideological Nazi, and this includes directors, past and present, of the NSA, CIA, and DIA. If these operations spanning every major country on Earth, thousands upon thousands of targets are not remedied, humanity is decrepit and would be rightly obliterated. As always, I intend my actions and reactions to remain perfectly legal amid patently unconstitutional torture, war crime, conspiracy against rights, and or treason. Instant I walk out of the room. You hearing this? Noise campaign on the morning of a family member's funeral. That's what Nazis do.
This might shed a little light on what these Nazi bastards sponsored by the US government do. It's approximately 7:40 p.m., March 4th, 2021. I was in the middle of a modest exercise regimen recommended by Dr. Bush. Just moving around for a few minutes. At one point, family comes, asks a question, I respond. At that moment, and only at that moment, I'm shot painfully in the head with a directed energy weapon. It's some asinine Pavlovian tactic. Let's cause pain during an interaction with family. And they do this again and again and again. The actions in themselves are punishable by death or conspiracy against constitutional rights at least, let alone among torture, war crime, and treason. But it's the insidiousness. It knows no bounds. I think you can use targeted individuals, those targeted with psychotronic weapons, those tortured gratuitously, as a barometer of the extent to which a country's real leadership, covert leadership, is ideologically Nazi. I have yet to find a country without targeted individuals. None of the Five Eyes, wherein there are targeted individuals throughout. Canada's among the worst. UK's among the worst. New Zealand has horror stories. Australia, horror stories. US, the Fourth Reich. So much for the Five Eyes. Axis of psychopathy. China, horror stories. Russia, horror stories. India, horror stories. Switzerland, horror stories. Greece, horror stories. It's a Nazi-led world.
It's like an army of Nazi robots. As if across the NSA, DIA, CIA, DNI, all of their allied agencies and private contractors and subcontractors, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of people who in any way touch any of these operations, any of these targeted individual torture operations and other terrorist operations that are government-sponsored, essentially. There is not a single person, a single humane person, a single decent person. It's as if they are 100% an army of psychopathic Nazi robots in effect. And if they are, as they had fun with the phrase, inexplicably human, then emailing me a postcard with that phrase after I used it. Then humanity appears to be inexorably Nazi. Ideologically Nazi. Self-aggrandizing torturers and murderers. In every major country, across all informed leadership. What do you do with the species? You can just start by eliminating, terminating, executing anyone and everyone who thinks it's okay to gratuitously torture. As U.S. Nazis who should be dead continue to take me in the cheek and the wrist, I started applying this tape to the wrist, and peeling it off a little bit, noticed it'll be like giving my bit of arm hair a wax. So, in general, not a good method. The more you know.
1:36 p.m. March 4th, 2021, as I'm in the kitchen. I was being attacked and shot bee stings down the back of the left leg now. They got me in the right foot to an extent that's spurs hobbling a bit. It's painful to put even pressure on right now. Shooting me in the head excessively. And what am I doing while they're doing this? I'm getting something hot. Getting some hot lemon water, some hot grape juice water. A bit of soup. Headshots remain painful. Every Nazi responsible for these operations worldwide, I intend to be hunted. I'll lead it if you can find no one else to. There should be an agency focused on this with a few tens of billions of dollars. FBI could theoretically, but has been historically absolutely worthless. And I don't use the word absolutely lightly. Absolutely worthless when it comes to target individual torture operations, as if complicit.